Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to my presentation. So, the game of football is very interesting. There's a lot of different things to look at and think about. Now, one of the most important things is formations. Think of it as a parking lot. Without the parking spots and the lines, it would be all over the place. You wouldn't know what is going on. Formations are kind of like the same thing. If without formations in football, players would line up all over the place. It wouldn't make sense. It'd be confusing for the viewers and even the athletes. So as I talk, I will teach you the basics of formations. First off, the most common formation nowadays in the modern day of football is the shotgun formation. Throw It Deep, Publishers.com states there are almost an unlimited ways to line up in the shotgun. What is the shotgun? The shotgun formation is when the quarterback is lined up about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, behind the center. Usually, in the shotgun formation, there's one, possibly two running backs to either side of the quarterback. The receivers are spread out wide, and you typically see more passing out of this formation. You can still run the ball, but it's not as effective. Spreading out the offense will make the defense spread out, and you have to find the little soft spots in the defense that you can really throw it to. Now, I'm going to go through different sets within the formations. So a set is, think of it as if it was a streaming service when you're watching TV. The set is the different channels. There's different channels that you can watch within the streaming service. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So the formations, there are different sets within the formation. Now, as you can see in my beautiful drawings, this is called the ace formation. Usually it's a 2x2 set with two receivers on each side. This is usually the more typical what you would see. Now if we would add a tight end and a third receiver, this would be called trips. Trips, three receivers on a single side. You would see a lot of different concepts out of this to really make the defense confused. Another formation that you can run out of this is called empty formation. Empty means that there are no running backs with the quarterback. So it can look like this. You can have 4 receivers on a side. Even in some cases, you could have 5 receivers on a side. But it's just really a passing type of offense. Now, next up, we'll talk about the I formation. Now, the I formation is something that you would typically see a run out of. Now, Ducksters.com states the I form has 2 running backs and a quarterback that is under center. So as you can see, the line of scrimmage, the offensive lineman, here's the quarterback, running back, running back. Now, something unique about this formation is this guy right here in the middle. This guy is called the fullback. I don't know if that is even right looking, but it's called the fullback. The fullback, if you want to think of the fullback, think of a big bull, okay, that you need to run through a wall. That is what the fullback does. The fullback creates lanes for the running back to go through and really to just hit the defense head on and make a big gap for the running back to run through. Now, this formation that I have right now is called the slot formation. We have 2 receivers on a side and a tight end. So typically you would probably see them run this way towards the tight end because it would be an extra blocker. Now, another formation you could do is called doubles. Doubles has 2 tight ends on either side of the line of scrimmage. Now, let's talk about the flex bone. The flex bone is something crazy. So, back in the early days of football, you would typically see the flex bone. It would look a little something like this. You would have everybody just right on top of one another. Now, you could pass out of the I form a little bit. This one, you want to run the football. Now, military academies would use this because stated by X's and O's Labs.com, this formation plays to the strengths of the offensive lineman and hides the weaknesses. So typically, with the military academies, they have to make a certain weight, they have to have a certain body fat percentage, so that means they have to be smaller compared to their competition. So this, since it hides the weaknesses, has everybody just go downhill and just hit. Hit as hard as they can, and this is what football used to look like. Just run the ball all the time without a worry in the world. Just keep on running it, and yeah. Thank you for sitting down and letting me talk to you about the formations in football.